Heyo, welcome back to Thought Sprinkles. It's episode number 4, the long-awaited episode 4.
Hello.
Apologies in advance for the long wait.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
And
approximately, how many months? Like
too long.
Yeah, it's too many months.
It's been so long that we forget
yes.
the last time.
Also, you may be wondering the absence of a third voice. Leslie could not make it today, and she's not going to be able to make it for a while. She's still alive.
Yeah, rest assured, all is well, and no one has died yet.
Yeah.
She's going to England for like 6 months.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. But it means she won't be available for recording. For recoding. She won't be available for a while. So you'll have to deal with just me and Seth.
Yep. So you might be wondering what's been happening in the long time that we've last recorded. A lot has happened. I'm not all here. Well, what was there in... Hold on again.
What are you trying to say?
Okay. Since the third episode, there is a part of me that has been lost forever. My appendix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You lost your appendix. Tell me that story.
So, it was Monday, and I woke up feeling a little queasy, and then it did not improve. In fact, it got worse. And I read that making yourself throw up is a good way to feel better. I did, but it didn't help at all.
Wait, you forced yourself to throw up?
No, I waited until I could, and then I did, but it didn't help anything. And yeah, I got up a little late. I got up at like noon, and it was around 5 or so that we figured out, okay, this might be appendix. So we rushed to the nearest hospital, and it's been a while. And we got it removed, and I was actually fairly chill.
Yeah. You didn't like freak out or something?
No, I for the longest time I was paranoid about getting appendicitis, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. In fact, I remember saying, I'm glad it's appendicitis, that I don't have to worry about it in the future.
Yeah, you only got to do that once. I still have my appendix. It's still a part of me, and it still does nothing. Mm-hmm. Although I did think that I was going to have to lose my appendix one time.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
You know about the nightmare before Christmas? Actually,
no.
It was after Christmas.
Oh, yeah. You guys haven't heard this story.
No, here's a new story for you. Oh. So it was Christmas time.
Sorry.
That probably made an awesome noise.
Okay.
Okay, all good there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. This is like perfect height if you want to move over there.
I wouldn't have a chair, so well.
The stool you could put.
I wouldn't have a comfy chair, and I have to.
You could put the thing on.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying it.
You carry on. I'll adjust.
Okay. We'll mute whatever sound Seth is making right now. So, Christmas last year or 2 years ago now? No, it must have been 2 years ago because it was my first Christmas in my apartment. I love how disruptive you are.
I'm noise king.
Anyway, so it was Christmas time. That's the important part. Actually, it doesn't matter that it was Christmas, but it's just a fact. I was chilling with my roommate. We had just opened each other's gifts to each other. It was very nice, very wholesome. When I noticed a slight pain in my my lower abdomen. But it was a familiar pain. And I thought to myself, dang, I've got to poop. I've got to go poop right now. Everyone, you know the poop pinch.
Yeah, I'm
Where
familiar.
it's like, ooh, I gotta. It was that. It was the same thing. It's like, oh man, it's gonna be a big one, you know.
Yeah.
And went to the bathroom, obviously. I'm sitting there, and there's no action yet, but the pain is getting worse, and it's like growing, and it's just getting worse and worse, and time's going on. Important detail: at this time, I have removed all of my clothes. Listen, I don't know why I did this, but I thought it would help. And it now probably, I want to say 10 minutes in. It is now at the worst. I've decided that this is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that calmly at the time, by the way. I'm like holding on to the bathtub and like the counter, and I'm like, yeah, ooh. And at this point, I'm like, I should let someone know that this is happening.
Yeah.
Because what it feels like, it's like someone reached into my stomach and like wrung it out.
Oh no.
That's what it felt like. I felt twisty inside. More on Twisty later. And so with shaking hands, I text my roommate. I'm like, dude, I think you need to call an ambulance.
Yeah.
Now, he's much more calm and reserved and logical than I am. So I then promptly hear a knock on the door. And I can't hear it. I know that he's talking, but I can't understand anything he's saying.
It's like,
So we're like, what? And we're trying to talk to each other, but it's not working. So I've locked the door, obviously, because I'm going to go poop.
yeah.
But now it's time for the door to be unlocked. And I'm completely naked. And also in the worst pain I've ever been in my life. So the situation I'm in is not ideal. And so I again, trembling and in fear, I managed to put on some pants.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the zipper up or the button, but the pants were on. This is an important detail.
Okay.
And then as I unlock the door, boom, I collapsed to the floor.
Oh man.
Have you heard this story before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you. And I start shaking. I'm still conscious, by the way, so I didn't have a seizure, but I was no longer in control of my body.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm lying on my bathroom floor, staring up at the ceiling. Obviously, now my roommate has called the ambulance. He has some medical training, so he was like checking my pupils and stuff.
Yep.
But I remember staring up at that ceiling and legitimately thinking, I'm gonna die right now. This is it. And it was, I think I was like apologizing to my roommate. I don't know what for, but I just was.
Yeah.
Like it was my final moments or
Yeah.
something. Obviously, I'm still alive, so
Yeah.
that didn't happen. What did happen, though, was 2 angels arrived, a.k.a. the EMT ladies. They arrived to my side and started poking me and asking, "Can you walk?" To which I bravely replied, "Yes." I wasn't sure that I could, but I said it anyway. And with the aid of these two lovely ladies who were many times stronger than I was, I felt like I was walking, but realistically, they were probably carrying me. I live on the second floor, and there's no elevator in the building, which means we had to trek down a flight of stairs, which wasn't as bad as my mind was making it out to be. Get in the ambulance, and then I get morphine, which was super awesome. And also, I remember almost nothing after this.
Yeah.
I remember they were complaining about how late it was, because it was like 2 a.m. or something like that. I remember some guy in an orange shirt. I remember that. I also remember that they weren't giving me any food or water. And I was very upset about this because I was thirsty and hungry.
Yeah.
I was in pain still. Not as much because of the morphine, thank goodness. But I did feel mostly thirsty. And they're like, no, we can't give you any water, which was confusing and frustrating at the time. But I now realize that they were prepping me for surgery.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it could be something serious. A doctor comes by eventually, and he pokes my stomach a bunch of times, and he's like, does this hurt? Does that hurt? What does it feel like? Doctor questions. They take some blood, and he's like, all right, I'll be back in a while. I think hours passed.
Okay.
Or at least it felt like it did. I may have passed out a little bit. I'm not sure. The doctor comes back for the final time. And he says, it was just a stomach infection. You're free to go home now. Just a minor stomach infection.
It's that little bug.
A little tiny bug. It frustrated me how much pain I was in. All for nothing. I at least wanted to have surgery. If you're going to go through that much pain...
Yeah. You need to take something out.
Come on. Yeah. If you're going to go through pain, take something out of me. Cut it, slice me open, Doc. Come on.
This one little bug just gave hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
But would you mind telling the audience what you told me your experience on getting morphine was?
So, I'm in the ambulance, right? And the one EMT lady, she's like, I'm going to give you morphine now, and you will probably feel some head rush. And despite the pain I was in, I was quite confident that I wouldn't. I was like, no, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy. They say, okay, we're going to do it on the count of 3, 1, 2, and they inject it on 2, continuing to count to 3, which was nice because I didn't even notice they injected me with anything. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. Kid you not, 2 seconds later, it felt like everything in my skull got pushed to the ceiling. And just everything was... but light at the same time. Yeah. Like there wasn't a pressure almost.
Yeah, it's just...
But it was
like helium.
Yeah, a little bit. Like everything in my body just turned... specifically my head.
Yeah.
Turned into just air.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing. I was like, whoa, and then the memories fade in and out. It's very patchy.
Yeah.
Most things I do remember, I was told afterwards.
Yeah.
So, very strange experience overall. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah.
I did not get morphine for my appendectomy, but I was given a minor painkiller, and yeah, I was throwing up quite a lot, and I remember sitting at the reception desk with my bucket in hand, just telling her my situation, and she walks off, and I throw up for the 5th time that day.
Oh man.
While I'm at the hospital. And it was the worst kind, because the first time I threw up, it was like stuff came out. But for
At
like
this point it's just liquid.
yeah, it's not even. It's just like a shot glass worth of stuff comes out.
You're mostly heaving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on. For all that pain and suffering, you got to give me at least a cup.
right.
So she takes me to the waiting room, and I sit in the waiting room. And I just set the bucket down. They gave me like a egg carton bucket,
Right.
and eventually they get me to the place where they put the IV in, and I don't realize until very much later that I had left my original bucket behind, and I'll still have something else behind, but I'll get to that later. So they get the IV and they take some blood, and I remember very distinctly looking down at the half separated blood samples, and I'm like, "Hey, look, it's me."
You were pretty quick while you were.
Yeah. Like I wasn't on any painkillers yet, but then they we went to another area where they put a couple painkillers in there. I didn't feel any different, but I was already pretty dozy, so I fell asleep, and that was like, as I'm sitting there with this stuff going, and that's like the calmest I've ever been in a while. It's just like, I ain't got a care on the planet. It was like that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
So eventually I get a ultrasound, and except the screen was just out of my field of view, so I couldn't see inside me. It was like in a half lit room, and yeah, I got wheeled around in a wheelchair most of the time.
That's pretty cool.
And they tell me, yes, this is appendicitis, but it's like, but it wasn't. It was only like a day gone. Like you can go about a couple of days before you need to worry about it popping. So they say, we'll get it removed first thing in the morning, and then yeah, so I go to bed.
At the hospital.
Yeah, and they're checking my vitals every 40 minutes, and then I wake up the next morning, and about 10 or 11, I go to get the surgery did, and I remember I was handling it pretty well. But here's the interesting part. Eventually they wheel me into the room. I'm still calm. I'm not freaking out at all. But they attach the heart monitor, and at the same time I'm hearing this beep 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 beep, and then I realize that's my heart. I was like, I'm not nervous at all. It's just thump 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 thump. It's just yeah. Yeah, I had another surgery that is going to happen sometime in the future that I've dreamt about 3 times in the same night. Ooh. About going under.
You nervous for that one?
No, it just happened. Like, I wasn't entirely nervous, but I might have been, but still. So they put the gas on me, so I'm just like breathing, and then like, you know how some, like, my hearing goes like buzzy, and then and then I'm out, and then I wake up.
Very strange.
Yeah.
I've never been put under, so.
The last time I was put under before then was, I think in grade 5, which was a very long time ago.
What happened in grade 5?
I got 6 teeth pulled out.
You got 6 teeth pulled out?
Yeah, it was like there was nothing wrong with them. It was just teeth that were growing in didn't have enough space, and I still have the gaps to this day.
Dang. The most teeth I've ever had pulled at the same time is 4, and they didn't put me under for that.
Oh.
They just froze the crap out of my teeth.
Oh, man.
2 of them I didn't feel come out. 1 I kind of felt. And then they pulled an eye tooth, which, for those of you who don't know anything about your dental region...
It's inside your own head.
I
In the wrong section.
I didn't realize how much fun I would have saying dental region. The eye tooth, there's like a nerve that goes all the way up, well, basically to your eye. Mm-hmm. That one hurt very much. I could like feel like it was just gross and horrible, but they didn't put me under for that.
Yeah.
But 6 teeth, well. I mentioned the word Twisty earlier.
Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts that you would like to sprinkle on that?
I just really like the word Twisty. Just, what a cool word.
Twisty.
Twisty.
And it sounds twisty, too.
It sounds twisty. It's... just twisty, man. I like. Sorry,
I don't know if you guys heard that, but his phone just buzzed
yeah,
in
my
that
brother's
little
texting
interlude.
me. He's stuck downtown right now, and
Yeah.
guess who's not gonna go rescue him? Me. So good luck, brother.
Yeah, I forgot to bring up the other thing that I left behind at the hospital.
Oh yeah, what did you forget?
So after the whole surgery, I had brought my laptop and charging cords and phone, so I was pretty chill, just watching Vsauce and yeah, I had a pretty chill day. They also gave me a pretty decent supper. It was chicken, potatoes, carrots, corn, and peas. That little mix, you know. And diced peaches.
Diced peaches, cool.
No, diced pears. Sorry.
Still, I like
Yeah.
pears, so that's good.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that I left that little white cube that hooks your USB into the wall. I'm pretty sure that I left that at the hospital as well.
Oof.
But there's plenty to go around here.
Could have been your phone or something. So
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't lose anything valuable or like hyper important.
Yeah.
Moving on a bit here. Let's see. I mentioned the twisties.
The twisties.
Ooh, let's talk about another awesome word I like. Scrumptious.
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 You have to say that with a sound.
With the whistle.
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious. Scrumptious.
It works well. That didn't work.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of words that are just cool. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word. Why am I drawing a blank? Dang it. I know it, but I don't.
Like if you could only say one word for the rest of your life, which word are you choosing?
I am Groot. That's three.
3 words, man.
In which case, Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Because it's its own language.
That's
basically.
true.
Except they do split up into Pika Pika.
Oh, it's only one word, man.
All right.
I'd definitely choose Twisty. Twisty is 100% my favorite word.
Here's a thought that I wanted to sprinkle.
Sprinkle away.
All right. You know how in the advent of plant-based burgers,
Yes.
Beyond Meat, Light Life, they are made from plants and I'm told, are indistinguishable from actual meat patties.
Have you tried them?
I have not.
Ooh, I'd recommend.
Would you be able to tell the difference?
The main one that I've tried is the plant-based burger at Tim Hortons, which is it tastes like a Burger King burger. It does not taste like any kind of vegetarian or vegan food that I've ever had. I was quite impressed, actually. Those are my thoughts on that.
Okay, here's my thought. With every regular burger, you have the main things that go inside it. You got your ketchup, tomato, cheese, and lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. And the plant-based burgers also have that. But my thought is, if the patty's made out of plants, why do you put in lettuce?
Do you want an answer to that question? Because I have it.
Okay.
Because the patties aren't made out of like lettuce and onions and tomatoes. That would taste so horrible.
Yeah, but
like,
it's still plant material.
Well, it's like
you got more
lentils and beans and stuff like that. More like protein-based plants. So the lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mustard, or whatever else.
Those are the other plant groups, as it were.
Even let's just say lettuce and tomato. You'd still want that on a burger because that adds a completely different flavor to the mix. Yeah. Have you ever seen Ratatouille?
Yeah.
There's a scene in that movie where the Remy, is that the main character's name?
Remy is Remy Linguini Skinner.
What's the brother's name? I only need those two
Remy
characters.
and Emile.
Okay, so Emile, the fat brother, is like trying real human food for the first time, not garbage. And he's just like he doesn't understand.
He has a nut and a grape.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that Remy is suggesting that instead of just merging everything together, like putting your tomatoes and lettuce in one and just like chowing down, having a balance is important because it enhances the flavor.
Yeah.
So I feel like the same thing happens with the plant-based burgers. Their intention is to replicate the meat taste. Yeah. I
think my theory is that so vegans and vegetarians won't miss out. I think.
Oh yeah, well that taste is iconic, right? When you think of a burger, part of what makes a burger iconic is the meat, the ground beef, and the seasonings. So I could understand why everyone would want to enjoy that. If you've never had a burger in your life, please go get one.
Yep. And if you're a vegan, get a Beyond Meat burger.
Because they're almost identical now, and it's only going to get better. In fact, did you know that the plant... Well, I know this for the plant-based sausage that they have at Tim Hortons. Has actually more protein than its meat counterpart. Which is interesting. Yeah. Very cool, and actually it's an environmentally safe option. Or safer option.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend it.
How long do you think before these companies will start playing like roulette with? It's like you got a one in. It's like you'll either get an actual meat patty or a plant-based patty, and you don't know which one. Do you think the people will start doing roulette with that?
Absolutely not. Well, I mean, if they did, they'd lose business so fast. Oh. Because all the people who don't eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole point. That's one of the main things. So the moment it's like, is it real meat or not? You'll never know. That's like a moral choice. that you're ripping away from people.
I didn't think it through.
Oh man!
It's like if you just got some.
Could you imagine?
I just thought, like, if you got some non-vegetarians together and you just like played that game, they should do that on Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, that'd be a good idea. Hashtag play roulette on GMM.
Yeah.
Do you have a pen nearby?
Yeah, the light blue one. That is your pen.
Okay, it works. So
It's my Bow Valley pen. I didn't go to Bow Valley.
Bow Valley College.
I got it from Bow Valley.
Bow Galley Valley. Bow Galley Valley.
But I did not get it because I went. I
do
did not attend Bow Valley College.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't talk.
So don't go looking through the yearbooks. You're not gonna find them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you know the clicky part on a pen.
Yeah.
So it's the pen part is retracted, and when you click open the pen, this bit
Yeah.
falls loose, right? The little endy bit.
Yeah.
Imagine a world, and this frustrates me. This thought.
Okay.
Imagine a world where once you click open the pen, the flimsy bit, like, just stayed down. And you couldn't play with it. And it wouldn't shake. That's one of the key features of a pen. Is being...
It's a fidget.
Yes. It's big time a fidget toy. And so, if you were to strip that away from the world...
We all be stuck with spinners.
I don't know. Everyone else I've talked to this about, it's like, that's not a big deal. In fact, I wish pens were like that. Not me. Absolutely not. That would be the worst thing. I discovered this by playing with my Bic Velocity gel pens.
Not a sponsor.
Oh, they're a sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Bic Velocity gel pens. They have a 1.6-inch nub. They come in blue, black, and red. I'm pretty happy with them. They write pretty well. Although they have, in my opinion, two major flaws. One, sometimes a globule of ink will come out of the end. But other than that, it writes fine. There was another one, but I actually forget what it is. But anyway, thanks, Bic, for sponsoring this video. Hashtag not a sponsor.
So they didn't call you and pay you to say all that.
No, I just wanted to do it. It was a bit the whole time. You were fooled.
Psych! It's a jumpsuit. You're fooled. See that on Instagram. Next, I want to talk about danger pictographs for construction sites.
Danger pictographs.
Like all those pictures you see of don't stick your hand in there and they show the toned down mutilation.
Ooh.
Those get pretty ridiculous. Like, I don't know, what's your favorite one?
My favorite.
Like a road sign pictogram.
A road sign pictogram? Gonna be honest, kind of don't know what you're talking about.
Like, you know how they have danger signs, right? And you have the
like on a
standard
construction site?
Yeah. Like you have the standard issue stick figure doing something.
Mm-hmm. Like the guy with, or like a crosswalk. There's like the guy walking across the crosswalk.
Yeah, the same figure with the floating head and no hands or feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The safety guy.
Mm-hmm. Safety man.
Safety man.
I found this out because of GMM. There's actually one where it's a giant mosquito carrying a guy away. Somewhere in...
Nice.
Was it South Africa? South America? Or... Hold on.
That's ridiculous because there aren't even mosquitoes that big anywhere in the world.
Okay.
I'm sure bugs can get pretty big.
Hold on.
We don't have very big bugs here in Canada.
Oh, here it is. It's real.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I'll post it on Instagram as well. We've run out of conversation fuel again. It's...
Oh, no, we haven't. Hey, have you ever had a grape?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had a banana?
Yeah.
Okay, so on bananas, you know how there's a sticker that goes on them?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if there was a sticker on every single grape. Like you pull a vine out of the container and all of them have a
Each
sticker.
have a sticker. They would have to be edible because sometimes you're going to be too tired, too lazy, or too drunk to peel off every single one. If you're super tired after a long day, or if you are just being super lazy, or if you're impaired, you're going to miss one. And if you swallow it and it's not biodegradable, that's not going to end well.
Have you ever eaten the sticker from a banana? Those things
I have
aren't
not.
edible. And that's exactly how they're going to be on those grapes. So next time you go to your local grocery store, check for stickers.
Are those stickers good with wet?
What?
Because grapes usually come like they have like
Slightly moist.
yeah. And my question is, would the stickers stay on if they were that moist?
Yeah, you use Flex Seal on your grapes because it even works underwater.
Flex tape.
Man, I'd love to be sponsored by Flex Seal one day.
Yeah. Hey, John Tron, if you're watching this, can you get us in touch with Flex Seal? Thank you.
I'm gonna contact.
I'm still not talking loud enough.
I'm gonna contact Phil Swift directly.
I'm too far away from the mic.
It's like pointing at the ground.
Yeah. I'm not sitting up properly. Okay.
Do you want to switch chairs? This one has slightly better back support.
Okay. Are we
We'll be
gonna
right
switch?
back.
Okay.
Hold on.
I just threw away my list.
I love Orange Julius.
Yes, we had Orange Julius today. What
pretty
flavor?
I got mango pineapple.
Mango pineapple.
Yeah. Or as the French would say, mango ananas.
That's the mango.
I don't know what the French for mango is.
Nanus.
Hold on, I'm going to look this up right now.
Hold on.
Hey Google, what's mango pineapple in French? Mangue ananas.
Mango ananas. Google Translate.
Manganana. Manganana.
Little French for you guys today.
What
did you learn from Thought Sprinkles today? I learned how to say mango pineapple in French. Mangue ananas. Or you know what? I already forgot. So what was the point?
I got strawberry kiwi, and I was left feeling even more thirsty, unfortunately.
Dang, this is quenching my thirst quite well.
Is that like you got the smoothie, right?
Yeah, the Orange Julius.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a magical thing! Whoever invented Orange Julius, I want to shake his hand or her hand. I don't know, but it says Julius on it, which is often a male name. Anyway,
Caesar.
yeah, Julius Caesar invented Orange Julius. He was the Dairy Queen.
Julius. I love the name Julius, man. Julius. It sounds so jubilant. Jubilant.
Jubilant?
Yeah.
What does jubilant mean?
Like a jubilee. It's like
That
a
did not
joyful,
Oh, okay.
like, the Christmas shepherd's wedding is jubilee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't word good.
I don't English good at all, and I don't word good. Markiplier 2015? When did Five Nights at Freddy's 3 come out?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
All right.
Yeah, when was the last time you cleaned your room?
Rather recently, actually.
Last time I recently renovated my room. I moved things around. I got rid of my old bed frame. Got a new dresser.
Nice.
I'm working on getting a speaker system set up in my room. I'm just trying to make it more personal. I want posters and stuff. But as I was cleaning my room and I was getting rid of my bed frame that I had. This ugly, brown, horrible bed frame that I hated. There was like a gap between the headboard and the mattress that my pillows would just like get sucked into. It was like one of my pillows is completely destroyed because of it. Like it would just get like mushed. Anyway, I found a monster under my bed.
Okay.
Whilst I was cleaning. I removed my mattress, and then I removed the box spring, revealing the floor underneath the bed frame.
Okay.
And there was a cookie wrapped in hair and fuzz and all sorts of nasty things. And that cookie had been there for months.
Oh, no.
And I forgot about it. Yeah.
That's the real Cookie Monster.
Oh, yeah. It was quite horrifying to witness.
Oh.
So it immediately ended up in the garbage can, and I
Yep.
forgot about it. Well, obviously not. I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it was quite horrifying. So clean your rooms, guys. It feels good cleaning your room, and then you're like, wow, I actually did human things today.
I can adult. So.
But I don't clean my room often enough. Right, even as we speak right now, it looks like a bomb went off in there. Yeah, I can check that one off my list. Very cool.
Okay. That was a Gatorade bottle.
That was a Gatorade bottle. It has a mind of its own.
Can I just say that work stories at my place of work, we have, as you guys probably know, I work at a gas bar. We got our pumps upgraded. Finally, because they've been giving us trouble. I mean, they did have their kinks. So here's the basis of the upgrades. The original ones had a plastic casing of blue. These ones have a plastic casing of black. And
Sleek.
yeah, as I was driving by, I can't drive. So as I was in a car driving by another co-op that had not gotten these upgrades yet, I noticed that they were using the same pumps except painted black. So I'm just like, okay. So the original pumps had like an old, is it LCD display, like what you'd find on a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
But now it's more like an actual screen display.
Oh, okay. No. So the ones that you have now are the LCDs.
Yeah.
The ones before are just like an old Game Boy or a calculator.
Tamagotchi, sort of.
Oh man, I got a story about Tamagotchis after. You
Okay.
go first.
All right. And now we have tap, which is much more convenient. But another downside is that when you do decide to insert your card, once you put it in, there is a higher chance that it's going to not do anything. It's going to not respond and not spit out your card. So you will be left there for 2 minutes trying to wiggle it free, and pressing buttons will not do anything. And they're also much slower. So I don't consider it an upgrade. I consider it a side grade. And I will let you tell your story about Tamagotchi, and I will tell my epic story about work later. After.
You have an epic work story?
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you this.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. But first things first. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So we'll be right back after these messages.
Now, where were we?
I was about to tell a story about Tamagotchis.
Yes.
I went to a school. And at this school, there were kids. And these kids did things.
I was one of them.
Yes. One of these things that was very popular, especially in the early 2000s, was Tamagotchi. For those of you who don't know what Tamagotchi are,
Including myself.
they're like... It's a keychain. It's a keychain-sized toy that has a small little display and 3 buttons. And so it's what it is it's a virtual pet. So when you open up your Tamagotchi for the first time, I never had one, by the way. I always wanted one, but never happened. But basically you turn it on and there's your little pet. And you have one button to feed it, one button to give it water, and one button to pet it, I think. And like you long hold one of them to turn it off or something. And you basically, every hour or whatever, you check it and like give it more food or whatever it wants.
Yeah.
Just a cute little toy for kids. But apparently teachers and parents did not like the Tamagotchis at the school we went to. And it was also apparently a problem to the point where they banned them from our school. There was like a public announcement and stuff. It was like, no more Tamagotchi, or whatever. It was one of the silliest. Our school banned a lot of things.
Harry Potter,
Beyblades, Tamagotchi, yo-yos at one point.
Yo-yos.
That one was more brief.
Mm-hmm.
But yo-yos were banned for a little bit, which was very silly.
Press a button by accident.
Yo mama jokes.
I can understand that.
Oh man, that was...
Not even Rhett and Link's Yo Mama compliments? Or did those exist at the time?
I don't know.
So, Tamagotchi is banned
Banned from school. That's the whole story. It's
Okay.
just, it was sad. And I also never got one. So it's double sad.
Yeah, I heard about Tamagotchis because they weren't permitted, I think. My story comes from my work, and it is, depending on how you look at it, it's kind of so-so, but at the same time a little intense. So, I am working a shift. It's about 6 or so in the afternoon. I'm going inside to like, I'm taking the customer's money in to get their pump set up for fueling. So I'm at the counter, and these 2 young men, like young adults, they come running in. They have like their hands to their eyes, and they're just like, "Give me some milk! Give me some milk! Give me some milk!" And I could see that their eyes were red underneath their hands. So we just get them some milk quickly. They're just scrambling. They just get it open. It's got to in lock. And then they just head right into the bathroom and just start pouring it all. Like, the door's half open, so we can see that they're making a huge mess on the floor. And one of them had taken their shirt off. Apparently, they had been bear maced.
Ooh, they got maced, huh?
Yeah. So,
That'll burn you.
yeah, it got. So I'm told that bear macing someone is a criminal offense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's assault.
It got, like, we had an ambulance and like 4 or 5 cops there, and it was about time for my break, so I went out and then went to Tim's, got my supper, and then came back. Yeah, it was also the same month. It was only like a few weeks after my appendectomy, so I had quite an eventful month.
Quite the eventful month, huh?
August of 2019. Of all those events, recording an episode was not one of them.
Yeah. So, again, we're going to do our best to keep this a little bit more regular.
Yeah.
We also want to, speaking of our channel, we want to begin diversifying as well.
Yes.
One of our ideas was I'm interested in playing video games on the channel.
Yes.
I've got a few in mind that I would like to try, but let us know, like, down in the comments.
What games do you want?
What do you guys want to see us play? I was thinking about this a little bit, and if a game is recommended that I don't want to play, or you don't want to play,
If one of us doesn't want to play it, we're not playing it.
yeah, like
much, yeah.
I don't want to force content ever. But I do want to keep it, or start keeping it more regular.
Yeah. I also want to do a lot of sketches.
Yeah, we want to
Sketch
do
comedy.
more sketches.
You see our faces along with our voices.
Yeah, more animations. You guys seem to like our Yoda animation. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen that, go check it out. Link in
Yeah.
the description.
Also, everyone who watched that, at this point, only like 3 people watched it. They all wanted to see the full version of that script, and I will get to posting that, but it is not going to be animated. That recording is like 25 minutes long.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
dumb recordings that happened that day, but
Yeah.
specifically that script, and plus not all of it is worthy of an
Yeah.
animation. However, if things you guys hear, whether that be on our podcast or sketches we do or whatever, I'd love to see. I don't know if we have a big enough following for this yet, but I'd love to see fan things,
Fan art.
fan art,
Fan
fan
art, fan
animations, fan whatevers.
Yeah.
Just the idea of that sounds really cool.
Should we have a hashtag to go with it? Thought Sprinkles fan art. Hashtag Thought Sprinkles fan art. Or
Honestly, just you can email us. Send us an email if you got something, and then we'll work on that. Or on Instagram, you can DM us and stuff. And we read all our comments as well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, granted, at this point, there's not many comments to read, but
well, I hope one day there's hundreds of comments to read, which means, guys, get your friends interested in the show.
spread the word.
Spread the word, man. The show's going to be epic. But in order to make it more epic,
We need ideas.
we need ideas, and you guys are part of the Thought Sprinkles community, so send us your ideas. Let us know what you want to hear.
What do you want us to do with this power we have in our hands?
Yes. And of course, we'll always bring you guys podcasts and lots of fun things, sketches, skits, you name it.
All right. We'll close with the story.
You got one last story lined up? I got nothing.
Little tale I call Thumpity Stump.
Oh, yeah.
Or stylized as thump thump thumpity stump stump stumpity stump.
You got this whole thing worked out. All right, tell me the story. I'm invested now.
So, in my school days, I attended a youth group, which I still miss. And every year on New Year's Day, we would do a sledding trip. And in nowadays, nearby our house, we have a soccer field that's in this dip. It's like an inverted hill.
It's like it's not a reservoir, but what it is, it's for like overflow when it rains heavily.
Yeah.
Everything just drains into it.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a giant sink made out of the earth.
Yeah.
But there's a soccer field in the middle of it, at the very bottom of this bowl-shaped structure.
And we did not go there for this particular. We went to Prairie Winds Park, which has a very large hill to sled down. And the day had progressed pretty far. So here was my original intention. So one of the members of my youth group was somewhere down near the hill. I decided to sled towards her, and I knew for a fact that she was going to get out of the way before we made contact. I knew that for sure. I was like, this can't go wrong. So I start down the hill. She's already long since gotten out of the way before we're even close. And then I looked down and I realized I'm headed straight for a pine tree. So
on
I'm
a collision
just like,
course for a tree.
Oh no! As I'm just like, oh boy! As like I try to stop myself with my mittens, which doesn't work. Let's, like trying to do like a whole Bucky Barnes landing.
Your full spread eagle trying to do that.
I don't think so. I'm just like, and I didn't think to use my boots. I didn't even think to bail out, and then eventually
You froze.
So I'm just like.
Hits the tree.
I screamed for a bit. Ah! And then it just lay there. And my side is just aching, just completely shaken up by this. It's like I don't want to get up. I'm pretty sure everyone, like, I don't think I ran directly into the tree. I hit it like I sort of hit it on the side.
Yeah.
But I still made contact and it was not pleasant. So eventually I had someone drag me up the hill on a sled. Just it's like pulling me up on a sled. So eventually it sort of wears off and I'm still here. So,
nice.
Moral of the story is check the bottom of the hill.
Check the bottom of the hill, guys.
So you don't eat dirt. And make sure you head for grass. Are we just going to keep piling it up? Or?
No.
No, we got to restart.
Just check the bottom of the hill, guys.
All right.
That's all we got.
Yeah. We will be posting the full Random Wars is what it was called. I'll be posting the full of it. So until that time, we will see you when we record next. Which
Nice outro.
which hopefully, thanks to our new system, will be rather soon. So
Yes. Make sure to bring your friends next time. Bring your friends. Tell them to watch, and don't forget to subscribe.
tell your friends to tell their friends and their friends after them. Just get the word out. We need the attention.
Yeah, we're all desperate for attention.
Yeah.
Now let's go for 100 subscribers.
100 subs, and we'll make 100 subscriber cake.
Yeah,
with all the
we'll make a
sprinkles.
cake a sprinkle cake at 100 subs. So
100
tell your friends, tell your teachers, tell your grandmas, tell everyone.
Tell your bosses,
Yeah, just everyone.
all your neighbors.
Everyone you come into contact with.
Spread it.
Yeah.
Like the plague.
Unless you guys don't want us to make a cake, then I guess it's your loss.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Right.
Peace out.